I am going to make a succulent arrangement for my mom today. So I absolutely love this string of pearls plant, and it has gotten so long, and look at it's starting to get some little roots on those shoots. So I'm going to trim this succulent, and I took a risk, and this chicken pot has no drainage holes, so I only water this like once a month, and it's doing really well even though there's no drainage holes. So I'm happy with my risk that I took. But I want to trim it and try and make some baby string of pearls. I also have my tiger's jaw bloomed recently, and I have 2 of those. So I'm thinking I'm going to use one of the tiger's jaw, especially because its bloom was so pretty. I think that will look really cool with the string of pearls. And I have a couple of these. They're called kiwi aeonium. I think that's how you say that. Anyway, I'll show you how beautiful this little plant is. All of my succulents also need to be watered today, so I think I'll take you along and do that as well. So this is a plant video. I love this aloe plant. It needs to be repotted desperately. I'm not sure what this is, if anyone knows what these 2 plants are. My brother-in-law gave them to me last year, and they did root. I've had them for almost a year now. Okay, here's how they look when they get a little bigger. Like I said, everybody needs water today. They're not looking as vibrant. Plus, I turned their grow lights to a different setting, so I might turn them back just because I was trying to get them less light because it's supposed to be the dormant season. Anyway, because it's October, I was trying to get them less light to see if they have less growing to do in the winter. Check out these little cactus. They are doing so good. I started these from seed. I've done a few shorts about them, but this one is my favorite. It's this purple color. Look how neat that is. Okay, so I'm definitely going to do one of those kiwi aeoniums. They get this really pretty pink edging. And I think that will be it for that arrangement because I don't want to fill it too full. I also have a couple of these purple succulents. Let me see what they're called. I have the name tag for them too. Purple echeveria. So, because I have a couple of those, I might add this little guy in there too. I am growing my collection so that I can eventually sell succulents. Oh, there's another one of those. That one got really tall. Let's see. So it was on top of this one right here. This one. And it got really tall, so I cut the top off because I've seen that you can do that. And some little babies are growing on it. Because I did that because it was getting leggy. And I put the top right here and some of the petals. One of the petals didn't make it, but the middle floret section is looking really, really pretty. So that one's cute. I won't be touching this one. It needs to establish better roots. But these 2 need to be repotted anyway, so I could grab one of those. And yeah, so let's get started. And I had to quickly start this video while the plant light was off so you could see all the pretty colors. There's another string of pearls. I bought this one from Walmart, and this one came from the succulent box that I am subscribed to. And so this isn't, I'm not affiliated or anything. It's just something Ryan bought me for Valentine's Day. So it's a subscription box. And some of these didn't come from the subscription box, but the ones that did, they're just really, really healthy and beautiful. This one just came for October. It's so pretty. It was a licorice something. I can't remember all their names. I'm still new. This one though, it's a ghost plant, I think was what it was called. And that one's really cool too. Okay, let me just do a slow video over all these succulents, and maybe I can lay over some of their names. And like I said, some of them I got at Walmart. This one was Walmart. This is a bear paw. It's so cool. It's really fuzzy, and it likes to be misted every once in a while. So I have this little mister. Whoa! Sorry, chicken. And you just mist it every couple of days. And I love, these are string of buttons that I got from my brother-in-law. I got this one from Walmart. I can't remember what it is, but it's one of those like chicks and hens and chicks. And then this is a variegated string of buttons, and I thought it was dead, but it's coming back, and I'm so happy about that because it was one of the ones that I wasn't here for, and it sat in the mailbox for a couple days and got a little mushy, and I was really, really sad. And these are just my experiments of like, oh, a petal dropped off, and so this one is really coming out good. That is not focusing. I can't get it to focus on that plant. There we go. And this was the fire one that I was talking to you about from down there. This is pig's ear. I don't know what this one is. This one was one from my brother-in-law last Thanksgiving. This one was so neat. I can't remember the name of it, but it's cool too. And this one's about to bloom. Ah, I'm sorry. I don't want to knock you over. This one's about to bloom. When they bloom, it is so neat. And the ones that have these pinks, I'm really drawn to like the ones that have pinks and purples. They're really cool. So yeah, here's, like I said, we're going to do the tiger's jaw in that. I have a couple of these zebra hawthornias. And then a little mini prickly pear. That's a paper cactus. I don't know what this one is. This was one that was sent that didn't have a card. So if anyone can identify that one, I'd love to know. It's really neat. It reminds me a little bit of like a bonsai tree. Like, it's just unique. It's definitely different than all my others in the collection. And yeah, I really like this one. And this was a cactus from my brother-in-law, and it started off as like a little star, and now it's kind of putting off a little, I don't know, it looks really cool. And yeah. Then this is just my random shelf. Some like clearance Walmart buys, because I can't pass up clearance. Then I use these little sticky things for the gnats, and they work great. I was having a little bit of a problem a while back, but I think I've got it handled pretty well now. And then the very bottom is just on the floor. And this is Mother of Million, and it puts off those roots too. So yeah, let's get started. And this is a sweet potato. It sprouted while we were on vacation, and so I put it in a pot. And of course, I love spider plants, so I always have a pot going of new baby spider plants. And then this was another purchase at Walmart. I think it's supposed to be an outside plant, but it was dying, so I put it in a pot, and I think I'll plant it outside somewhere. I think it's like a bush type plant. So same with this. I think it's supposed to be planted outside. It's like a vining plant, and I had this for my snails. So yeah. All right, let me put all these back and then water them. saw this little swan pot sitting in my mom's backyard, and I thought it needed some succulents to go in it. So my mom is always so helpful with all of my kids. We recently had my 15-year high school reunion, and she watched them all so we could go to the football game and just little stuff like that, and it's really, really helpful. So I wanted to just put this together for my mom, and I saw this and I was like, oh, that'd be perfect. So it won't be ready, like it'll be ready today, but I'm going to keep it for like a week to make sure that all of the plants take root and are doing well before I give it to her, so I don't give her something that just dies in a week. And she had mentioned that she wanted some string of pearls, and since mine needs a trim and this little section is getting a root already, I think it'll be a perfect day to trim my string of pearls, and I'm just going to lay them on top. I'll show you how I do that. So I'm just going to trim them really fast and show you how I trim them. Have a small pair of scissors. I'm just going to trim right under the little ball. And I'm going to do that for all of them that I collect. All right, that's good for now. So a big reason I am also wanting to trim it is because they were just getting down into that other section of my plant shelf and it was getting damaged. So having it be in line with the pot will really help this plant. I love this pot. And I'm learning macrame. So stay tuned. I did purchase some actual macrame cord. What I did for that chicken pot is just yarn, but I'm really excited to learn some more macrame and do some mini macrame things. The plants I ended up choosing is the zebra hawthorn. Hawthornia? Tiger's jaw. And now I know these make really cool blooms. And the purple echeveria. I think 3 is going to be plenty, if not a little crowded. And then, of course, my string of pearls that we just trimmed. Alrighty, so this does not have a drainage hole, unfortunately. So I am taking a risk, just like I did in the chicken. But what I'm going to do is put down, these are just aquarium gravel. I'm just going to put it in the very bottom, just in case it gets overwatered. That will have good drainage down to the bottom and should keep the moisture away from the roots, if at all, if there's too much. And I'll just let my mom know, only water them like once a month, especially in the winter months when it's a little chillier, and so that it will be good. All right, I have another one of these to use, and cactus potting mix. So I am going to just put a little cactus potting mix. Let me see if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to put a little cactus potting mix down in. I want the base of the plants to really be in line with this. Obviously, this is going to be, the dirt will stop here, right? So I want the base of the plants to be in line with that. I did not bring a cup in here. As you can see, I'm a messy plant owner. After I take care of my plants, I have to clean the whole bathroom. Okay, so I'm just putting a little in because these plants do have established roots and they are probably gonna sit like right where I want them with that amount of dirt. So let's start with this tall one. I was thinking I'm just gonna play around with it. this little petal fell off and it totally has some little roots started. So I'm gonna put it in a little pot too.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Love how it turned out. These string of pearls will settle and they will start putting off new shoots. So I'm not going to water it. I learned with succulents that I used to overwater them and that's what killed them. And because I just watered all of these in their pots like this, they don't need another water, probably for 2 weeks, maybe 3. I am going to mist it. And the reason is because these string of pearls do not have roots. Only this strand had one little root. So I'm going to mist it so that these stones, and the reason I put these stones on top of the string of pearls was to secure them and hold them in there. So they're not gonna wiggle around. So that is why. And then I don't know, I probably should have put another string of pearl right here. You know, maybe I'll trim another one and put one more right there. 1 second. Okay, that's much better. You can use like a bobby pin to hold them down in place. I'm just using these rocks. So I'm using the rocks to weigh them down so that they are in contact with the ground. And that way when I mist this, they're going to say, okay, I need to make roots. And so they're going to produce roots. And like I said, this one right here that's like, whee, flying up into the sky, it will settle. So I'm not going to worry about that. But, oh, it turned out so cute. I love it. I love it, love it. Okay. I will keep you updated on this, how it's going. And shh, it's a surprise for my mom. So I think she's going to like it. It's really pretty. All right, let's mist it. Just really gently. I'm really only going around the string of pearls. I'm not really worried. Like I said, these plants have plenty of water to last for like a couple weeks. And I'm not sure, it probably would be better to do this type of repotting in the springtime, because we are going into dormant season here, but okay. So I have a tendency to overwater succulents, so I'm going to force myself to stop. I just feel like they need water, but they do not. They do not need water. Also, I'm just taking these little tweezers to get rocks where I want them. And as you saw, I trimmed up like the little dead edges, but this one was like really stuck on there, so I decided to just leave it so that I didn't disturb the roots too bad since it was already getting repotted. Anyway, that looks so pretty. I love it. Let me know if you like it too. Oh, and there were two tiger jaws in there. So I ended up with another plant. I've ended up with 2 new plants out of all this too, because this petal fell off of this succulent and it already had roots started, so I went ahead and put it in a pot, and so now I just need to fill in this one. But I was like, what? There was 2 in there. That's so cool. So I'm not always the best about repotting my succulents from the succulent box, so I don't always see these little surprises. But I think that really soon I'm going to try and repot a lot of them because they're just getting kind of squished in here, and I can tell they're doing okay, but I would like them to be in something prettier, to be on display in my plant shelf. So I really got into succulents this year, especially because I couldn't garden outside as much because I was taking care of a lot of little ones. I'm still taking care of a lot of little ones, but it's just easy. I can keep all these plants in my room where they're safe, and yeah, and so I've really enjoyed doing some indoor gardening this year since I haven't had as much time to just be outside in the garden. Okay. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'm just going to show it to you one more time because I am so happy. I'm so happy. So pretty. Okay, thank you for watching. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.